I was 6 years old the first time I watched money fail a good man. That man was my father, one of the finest periodontists in the world in his day, a World War II captain. He was a strong man, worked hard, and then his body started to quit on him. His muscles stopped working the way they should. He couldn't practice anymore. He needed care, real care, the kind that doesn't stop. And here's the part that still gets me today. The money that should have been there wasn't. Bad advisors, bad business decisions, bad tax advice, bad legal advice had already drained it. So a great man lived out his years leaning on Social Security and 5 tiny disability checks. I watched it happen. I lived it. I've never forgotten it. That's why I made this video. Long-term care is the pothole that swallows retirement's whole. And almost nobody sees it. Give me the next couple minutes, because what I'm about to show you could protect everyone you love. Let me hit you with the numbers first, because they're worse than you think. According to Genworth's 2024 Cost of Care Survey, a private room in a nursing home today runs a national median of $127,750 a year. A semi-private room is $111,325. Assisted living is $70,800. And home health aide, who just comes to the house, is $77,792. Now here's the part that should scare you. These costs are climbing faster than regular inflation. Over the last 20 years, Genworth's data shows nursing home costs have risen about 138%, while general inflation over the same stretch about 71%. This isn't holding still. It's a rocket pointed straight at your savings. Picture a couple with $500,000 put away. One spouse needs 3 years in a nursing home. Now do the math with me. That's nearly $400,000 gone in 3 years. A nest egg it took 40 years to build, cut almost in half by one health event. Now you might be thinking, and I hear it all the time, Mark, it won't be me. Let me stop you right now. The U.S. Department of Health and Human Services says a person turning 65 today has almost a 70% chance of needing some form of long-term care in their lifetime. That's 7 in 10, and the average need lasts about 3 years. 1 in 5 will need it for 5 years or longer. This is not the rare bad luck story. This is a coin flip, and most of the time it lands on care. If you've planned your whole retirement and you haven't planned for this, you've left the biggest door in your house wide open. But the money is only half of the problem. Here's the half nobody talks about. When the paid care gets too expensive, guess who steps in? Family, your spouse, your kids. AARP puts out a report called Valuing the Invaluable. In 2024, 59 million family caregivers in this country gave 49.5 billion hours of unpaid care. The value of that free labor? Over $1 trillion. That's more than the entire Medicaid budget for a year. And it costs them personally also. AARP found the average family caregiver spends more than $7,200 out of their own pocket every year. That's about a quarter of their income. On top of that, they lose sleep, lose income, lose their own health. I've seen it happen. I've sat across the table from these families. a daughter who quit her job to care for mom, or a husband in his own 70s lifting his wife out of a chair 5 times a night. The love is beautiful. The toll is absolutely brutal. And it doesn't have to be this way. So now let's talk about what you wanted to leave behind. A lot of folks picture handing something down: a house, a little money for the grandkids, a legacy that says, I took care of you. Here's what actually happens when there's no plan. The care costs come, the savings drain, and then to get Medicaid to pick up the bill, most states make you spend down almost everything you own first. In most states, you're down to about $2,000 in countable assets before Medicaid steps in. $2,000. That's the finish line for a lifetime of work. And one more thing people don't realize: Medicare does not pay for long-term custodial care. It just doesn't. So the safety net you paid into your whole life won't catch you here. And here's the imbalance that quietly wrecks couples. Long-term care usually hits one spouse first. Research from HHS shows about 75% of 65-year-old women will develop a serious care need, and women tend to need that care longer than men do. So picture it. One spouse needs years of care, the costs eat the joint savings, that spouse passes, and the one left behind, who may live years longer, is holding a fraction of what they built together. One person's health event, both people's future gone. That's not a retirement plan, that's a trap. And you can diffuse it before it ever springs. So, all right, I never mention a problem to you without a solution. So here's how you get ahead of this. First, face it right now while you're healthy. The best time to plan before you need it, because once the care starts, most of the good options are already gone. Second, look at the tools built for exactly this. A, traditional long-term care. B, hybrid policies that pair life insurance or annuities with a long-term care benefit. So if you never need care, your family still gets the money. Nothing is wasted. Third, get the guarantees in writing and put them in a safe place where everybody knows where they are. I've said it my whole career. Guarantees are the point. You want a plan where a future storm can't wipe out your financial life, where your spouse is protected, where your kids inherit a legacy instead of a bill. This is what I do. For 35 years, I've helped families in their 50s, 60s, and 70s build exactly this kind of protection, because I saw with my own eyes what happens when it's missing. I lived it. I saw it with my own eyes. So here's what I'm asking you to do. 3 things. Number 1, send this video to someone you love. Your spouse, your kids, the parent you're worried about right now. This is the conversation families skip until it's too late. Don't let yours be one of them. Number 2, if you're between 55 and 75 and you want to know whether your retirement can survive a long-term care event, reach out to me. Let's look at your numbers together. No pressure, just the truth. I became who I am because a great man in my life didn't have anyone in his corner. Let me be that someone in yours. Does that make sense? Then go hug the people you love that this video is really about, and I'll see you on the next video.